Afternoon, Graham Vincent, violin maker and musician, and
Thibaut Jaberg.
yeah, so this is the start of the second week that Thibaut's been here, and all sorts been going on. I'll just quickly start by showing you what I've been up to, and then we'll have a quick look at what Thibaut's been doing. Yeah, so I'm carrying on working on these two violins that I've been doing for what seems like a little while. I was looking at how long I've been working on them, and then of course I realised that there was Christmas in the middle of it and New Year and all the rest of it, so I don't feel quite so bad about it now. But anyway, they're very, very nearly at the stage where I'm going to start with the finishing process. So let me show you. Yeah, this is the first of them. This is obviously fairly traditional violin in form, but not in material. So this is all Spanish cedar body and mahogany neck, which sort of visually looks very similar. I've just been going over it with a little cork block and some pumice. I've put the nicks in the F-holes. I mean, basically all the edge work is done. So really that is now at the stage where I'm just going to dust it off and then start the sealing of it. And then the other one is just a tiny step behind that. So yeah, I've been I use this. I've used it for the last few violins. It works really well actually. At the stage where you've done the scraping, then because I mean a lot of people use pumice to actually sort of fill the grain. It suddenly occurred to me, well, why don't I actually use it to actually go over with like sort of a final sanding, and it works really well with a little cork, just a bit of a cork, obviously, which conforms to the surface nicely, so it doesn't really change the shape much, but it just gives it a really nice finish. So yeah, that's where I am with that one. Apart from that, the weather's still cold, so we have been killing two birds with one stone, really. That wormy it's just not focusing, is it? There we go. That wormy post that was standing in the corner of the workshop next to the cherry, which caused all the problem, is now being sawn up and fed into the fire, which is so keeping us warm twice. All the sawing we're doing by hand, and obviously giving off a rather nice lot of heat for the workshop as well, which is always good this time of year. So let's have a look at what Thibaut's been up to. Well, it looks like quite a lot has happened since we saw you last.
When was the last time? I think I had glued the linings in.
Yep.
And yeah, that's now all done. I sort of cut the shape of the lining, sort of trimmed them back. And yeah, so the rib garland is finished. And we have transferred the outline of the ribs onto the front and back.
It's quite interesting to see the things that I do which are different from what Thibaut's done. For example, I've always thought that the little washer that I use to transfer the sort of the edge from the rib garland was perhaps a little bit big, and judging by the raising of Thibaut's eyebrows when he saw it, I think he kind of agrees with me. Yeah.
I think here we're still at sort of about 3 millimeters.
Yeah. So I mean, I tend to basically take it down by eye and kind of as I go. It's probably not the sensible way to do it, but there we are.
Yeah, I mean, it actually happens to be the same way we do it, because our washers also are like all a bit too big somehow.
But not quite as much. No,
yeah, well, almost as much. Yeah. And I mean, once you sort of start making it by eye, it's sort of,
Now, I mean, obviously Thibaut's here to sort of find out how I do things. As I said before, he's not here to learn how to make violins, because he's already very much on that route already, but to sort of pick up my quirks, if you like, and make up his own mind about whether they're useful or not. but nowadays I don't cut any of the actual edge work platforms by hand at all anymore. So I've done the this for him on the machine, so that he's working in a similar sort of way to how I would do it.
yeah. It's definitely an interesting way to do it. I mean, we sometimes do similar things, not with the router, but we have like sort of attachments that goes onto the pillar drill.
Yeah.
And sort of routes quite a similar sort of platform into the...
A slight drama today over the
Oh yeah, the neck.
over the neck.
Yeah.
Because I mean, once again, because we're still just wanting to be absolutely certain that we've got rid of the last of any woodworm that might be in this. So yeah, what happened?
Yeah. So we did do some baking all day today. We started with the front and back, and we had them like worked down to 12 mil, and then we put them in the oven at around 150 degrees.
Yeah,
or so,
quite low. Yeah.
for like 10 minutes, and they were fine. And then I wanted to do the same with the neck block, and I put it also into the oven at like, I started out at 110 degrees, and then I took them out, and I thought that's like barely warm after like 20 minutes or so. So I sort of put the temperature up to 150 degrees, and after like another maybe 15-20 minutes, I discovered some very big cracks down both like in the end grain on both sides. So yeah, I sort of switched the oven off, and yeah, tried to get them to cool down gently so that they wouldn't produce any more cracks. And yeah, then I like took the template and I cut it down to as short as I could, and it seems like I have gotten away with it.
Just got away with it. Yeah,
'Cause
excellent.
I can't see any more
That's good news.
cracks.
So tomorrow, what's your plan going? Actually, no. Tomorrow we're not going to be in the workshop. We're off doing something else, so that'll be quite good fun. But next day in the workshop is what? You're going to start on the arching, or you're going to work on the neck? What do you think?
Probably arching. Yeah. I'm doing the outlines at the moment. I almost finished the outlines of this one, which is the back. I have to look at what I wrote, because obviously it's the unusual situation of having back and front out of the same wood.
Well, luckily one of them has a button on it, so
yeah,
it makes
that's true. Actually, I could have had a look at this.
makes life a bit easier. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
So yeah, finish the outline, and then I think start the arching.
Perfect. Right, I think we'll leave it there. So yeah, we're off doing something else tomorrow, and I'm hoping we'll get some video of what we get up to. So that should be hopefully quite entertaining. Failing that, if we aren't able to do so, then there will be a little gap for tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's it from me, I think. Yeah, anything else to add?
No,
okay,
I
right.
think that's it.
Cheers. Look after yourselves. Bye.
Bye.